People assume that I went to the Pokies because my children died, but in fact that wasn't true. It was the state of my broken marriage that left me feeling helpless and needing to find an escape. The first night that I went on my own to the Pokies, my husband and I were arguing all the time. It would get to the point where I just had to get out of the house. And it wasn't possible to go visit a friend. It was too late and I was too agitated to go to any ordinary kind of a place. Nothing's open at 10 o'clock at night. And because I had the sense of familiarity with the local hotel, I knew that it was a place that I could go and just break the rhythm of how I was feeling. And when I sat down and put money in, I put a few dollars in and I pressed some buttons and I looked at the symbols and I had that sense, the rhythm of it somehow settled my agitation. But I didn't expect to be able to not get out of it.
People under stress find poker machines alleviate that stress because of their capacity to release dopamine in the brain. And the problem with that is that it's a very addictive mechanism. And so if you're stressed and you use pokies for relaxation, then the likelihood is that you will become addicted and that you will end up suffering considerable harm.
Every year, Pokies rips billions of dollars out of the pockets of Victorians, including $570 million in the last year from my electorate in the southeast alone.
Australians are far and away the world's biggest gamblers, and the reason for that is because there are poker machines everywhere. There's no doubt in my mind that poker machine operators target areas of disadvantage, and what they do is they are very good at making poor areas poorer and keeping poor people poor.
In the residential part of Greater Dandenong, you're within walking distance of a pokie venue wherever you are. We have increased crime, increased family violence in areas where we have problems in terms of crime and family violence already, very high amounts of poverty and a lack of community life.
People in Monash lost more than $109 million on pokies last year. We've spoken out quite strongly against pokies and tried to seek reform, but local government really doesn't have much say at all, unfortunately, when it comes to pokies.
Gambling is the biggest threat to public health after smoking and drinking. And like those industries, the gambling industry is not going to regulate itself. Government has to regulate. But instead of reducing the number of pokies, Labor and the Liberals have guaranteed pokies licences for the next few decades.
The industry is not going to self-regulate. They're making too much money, and when you're in business, you're in the business of making money, and they're making a lot of money. So why would they put limitations on it? Somebody else has to do it, and isn't it government's job?
We want to make changes such as giving more power to local councils to reject pokies and limiting bets to $1 a go to stop pokies sucking the life out of our communities.
I spent 10 years addicted to the pokies and nobody knew how bad it was. Nobody had any idea. I walked around, told myself I was a loser. I was a loser. But not to that degree, not to that degree. I was a target. I was a targeted market. And now they want our kids. I say enough is enough.